Sequence activated.
Hey everybody, I hope you like that intro. I'm getting a bit pissed off because this is like my 7th take of doing this. I can't make one video without getting an interruption. Is that hard? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's move on. Today I'm talking about Nightbane. Optional boss in Karazhan, and you do have to summon him. To summon him, you do a chain quest in Kara, you go through Karazhan, and you gotta do all this other stuff. And you gotta do a bunch of heroics and stuff. Well, at least I know on my server people don't want to do them, they're too fucking lazy. And if you don't have someone in your guild who can summon him, it's worth your while. If you do, waste of time. So that's pretty much my basis of do it or not do it. He is an optional boss, like I said, so you don't have to do him to complete the instance, but I strongly suggest doing him because he drops some nice loot, and he looks pretty cool too. And he's worth your while to fight. He's not hard. Moving on, let's talk about the fight now. Nightbane has 2 stages. An air stage. Stage 1 is not his air stage, but his ground stage is stage 1, his air stage is stage 2. He switches between these stages periodically through the fight. In stage 1, he does a variety of attacks. He does an AoE Fear, a Cleave, an ability called Smoldering Breath, which inflicts 3,000 to 4,000 damage to enemies in front of him, sort of like a Cone of Cold or a Dragon's Breath that mages can do, except much more powerful on a boss scale level. He also does an ability called Distracting Ash, which basically he randomly casts a debuff on someone in the party, lowering their range of spells by 50%. And it's not that bad because in stage 1 you can get really close to him, and I don't know about anyone else, but how we do this fight is we do not cast in stage 2, we take care of the skeletons, and that's what I'm going to get to right now. In stage 2, Nightbane goes up in the air, and he does a few different abilities. He does Searing Cylinders, which does 465 damage every 3 seconds for 18 seconds, and stacks up to 4 times. And basically, he puts it on random people in the party, and just tons of random people, and it can be dispelled, but he does it so much that you're just wasting your time. So you might as well just put a shield on them or heal them through it or something. You can dispel if it's only one person if you get lucky. I know I don't really get this, but whatever. Don't get this as in I don't get the debuff. Next, he does an ability called Smoking Blast. It's his most powerful ability. It deals 4,000 damage, 4,255 damage to 4,945 physical damage to a target, and additional fire damage over time. Basically, once he attacks you with this, he will cast it on you repeatedly until you're dead. So this fucker wants you dead. Dead as shit. So that's basically what's gonna happen with that. He's gonna just cast it on you until you're dead. So you either gotta be healed through it, shield, bubbled, or you're just gonna have to die and get battle res. That's your only options with that. He can cast it on multiple people too, or multiple targets or whatever. Next, he got Bone Rain. Now, he uses his ability the second he goes into his air stage. He basically targets a random person of the raid, and he spawns up to 6 skeletons. The skeletons are pretty weak, easily taken down. From a caster's perspective, I like to wand them down and get some mana back. It's worth your while. Yeah, it's definitely worth your while. Get some mana back, unless you have mana pots and you really want to use them. But I save them for bigger fights, like newer fights. I don't use pots and stuff on these older fights that we know how to do. Last but not least, he does a Fireball Barge. He throws a fireball at enemies further than 40 yards away, doing about 2,000 to 3,000 damage. And basically, it's just a rapid chain of fireballs, and that's it. There's not much more to say about that. Moving on to his positioning, or where we position ourselves at what times. In the beginning of fight, there's a small skull on the floor, which I think you actually have to click to summon him. and that's where he's going to be standing. Our tank stands the opposite near the ledge, and you can't actually be thrown off the ledge. Just to let you know, there's an invisible wall. I tried jumping off before, and that's what happens. He stands right there, and he tanks him against that big green dome thing. And basically he stands there the entire time. Yeah, that's it. It's just tank and spank for a while. Remember to have Fear Ward. He does do a fear. You don't want Nightbane running around. That would suck. And when Phase 2 comes, we all group up on each other for when the skeletons come, so we can kill them. And that's just about it. He casts it on one person, so there's no like skeletons running around everywhere. We just group ourselves together, stay there in a big cluster, and we wait for the skeletons. After the skeletons, we spread out a bit. For a mage perspective here, when he's in the air, I highly suggest casting Scorch every once in a while. If you're a 1048-3 mage, to keep Scorch up there, it really helps. So you don't have to recast it when he gets back down. You can just begin your fireball spam or whatever the hell you want to spam. So yeah, that's just about it. We have a lot of extra time here, to be honest. I didn't expect it to be this long. He does have a lot of health, as you can see. It's taken a while to kill him. Yeah, I'm out of stuff to say. So I might as well just take this time and tell you a few things. If you have any suggestions, what I could have improved in this, please use them in comments. Any hateful comments will be immediately deleted every day. Believe me on this, every day I log on and I look for hateful comments and I delete them. So you're wasting your time almost. And I just delete them. No thought about it. I delete them. If they're not too hateful, I won't delete. I will delete them, but I won't block the user. I know I don't delete suggestible comments like, well, this wasn't too good, but it could have improved on this. I don't delete those. I keep those. Those are nice. So yeah, tell me what I could have improved. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like. I always have links to bosskillers.com, strategy guides, and Alakazam of what his loots are. So yeah, there's not much else I can say on this fight. Also, if you have other things to add about the fight, please do so on the comments. Like, I missed something here or there, even though I shouldn't have really missed anything. Oh yeah, and the Fireball Barrage, and I just remember this. You don't want to get too far away. That's another reason to group up. Is because if you do too far away, he'll start spamming Fireball you, and I'm guessing it's not on any cast time. It's just like a barrage of them come for you, like a fucking barricade, like a blockade of fireballs. Yeah, that's the word. So I think I'm gonna end here. So I hope you guys liked the intro. Tell me what I can improve on that also. And I was also thinking, for those of you who are still listening and still care and still watching the fight, because this fight also, another thing I should say, is a big rinse and repeat fight. There's not much to say on it. It's just, he has a fuckload of health, and you gotta rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's one of those long-ass boring fights that you gotta rinse and repeat. And I know I don't need anything off this guy, and luckily I got this footage when I did, because now I usually just sit out when we get to him and Kara. So yeah. I'll be having another, I'm trying to get a capture card at the moment. I'll have an update video up soon explaining where I'm trying to go with everything and what I'm looking for right now. So yeah, hope to look for that soon. I know this is running really long and probably people stop listening by now, but just bear with me. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Video Game Bosses as we're coming to an end. And I hope you like the intro. If you think I should, just let me know if you think that intro should go at the end, because I was debating if to put it at the end, even though it's called an intro. I could just make it into a closing thing. Just start right into the video. Suggestions or comments, always welcome. I'm always looking for more team players to join the Game Junkies crew, so hit me up with a message on YouTube if you want to help out. So yeah. Narration stops here. Hope you guys have fun. I gotta go raid. Today's a big day for me. Killing 2 bosses in SSC. Lady Vash, here I come.